I'm here at the Rose Bowl, and I'm talking to a specialist in... Now, what exactly are these?
These are big little books from the 1930s and 40s.
Big little books, primarily from the 30s and 40s.
That's right.
And what is your name?
Larry Johnston.
Larry Johnston.
Right.
And there's nothing tricky about the spelling. It's straightforward. It's Larry with a Y and Johnston with a T. And you have your phone number.
Sure, 714-345-6111.
And could you say it again a little louder?
Yeah, 714-345-6111.
And so, Larry, how long have you been specializing in little big books?
Let's say 15 years.
For about 15 years.
I'm a younger collector.
And in addition to doing this, do you have a regular job, or is this what you do?
I have a regular job.
And what do you do in the real world?
I am a dean at Santa Ana College.
You're a dean at a college. And as a college dean, what do you do?
We basically manage, students, their careers.
Help them with their problems, and
that's right. Make them successful, both in and out of the classroom.
Well, that's great. So, what inspired you to get involved in this genre of books?
Well, I'll give you a little hint. You ever heard of the hammer throw?
Nope.
Olympic event. Ball.
The important thing is you've heard of it, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, anyway, we were in Canada at a national track and field meet, and we went into a flea market situation like this, and I saw these big little books. They caught my eye back in 1991, and that was where it all started. I had to have them. I bought them. Came back, did my research, and it's been a journey ever since.
So then you became a collector at first, and now are you a collector selling off your duplicates, or are you a...
Yes, every few years, yes. So I'm not what you would call every week I sell books. No.
I see.
Yeah, we just randomly come out and make connections.
About how many would you say you have in your permanent collection?
Let's say 1,000.
About 1,000. And of the ones that you have, what are a couple of them that you would consider the best of the ones that you have?
We'd have to consider your first ones that were put out, the Dick Tracy, Flash Gordon, Buck Rogers, more of your science fiction, action. What we call Superman today, way back when, is your Flash Gordon and Buck Rogers.
And I'm not asking you what you paid for these, but what would they be? What would the top dollar be of those top ones that you have? What would they sell for under the best of conditions?
Best of condition, you're probably talking a few $100s for each one.
Okay, so they're really not that expensive.
Not compared to a comic book or a piece of original artwork, no.
I see.
I think they're very inexpensive.
And so, can you show me a couple here of some of the ones that you consider the top grade, not necessarily the ones that sell for the most, but you think are the most interesting?
Right here, they're very nice.
Well,
it's a 70-year-old book. If you look at the edgeware, it's something.
The edgeware.
You can tell. No one's opened it, read it. It's basically in like new condition.
I see. Yeah. And this one goes back to what year would you say?
This will be back into your 1930s.
I see.
30s.
So when someone buys these from you, they would keep it in the plastic and they wouldn't open it up and they wouldn't...
You have two different types. You have one that want to buy it just for the value and the condition. And they don't want to open it. And you have those that want to read it and use it and put it back on a shelf.
And what kind are you?
I don't read it. I've never read one yet.
You have never read...
No.
Well... So I was wondering if you're married.
Yes.
What does your wife think of all this? So you are one of the kings of a certain genre, and yet you've never...
I'm still married.
Well, she might be a very tolerant wife. She might be in a coma. Who knows?
She almost was until we sold the first batch, and did fairly well. Which purchased our first house.
So you sold the first batch, and that allowed you to get the down payment to buy your first house. At that point, you were able to have these things.
I had a house, but I was depressed because I had no more books. So back we go again.
And
the journey started.
So where have you been most successful at finding these books? Because I assume that you're constantly pursuing these.
I would say the Midwest.
And where?
Pennsylvania.
Where specifically? Let's say in Pennsylvania. Are there shows that you go to, or shops that you go to, or where?
Brimfield.
So Brimfield.
So you found?
Yes, I've been there. So I know more about Brimfield than I do about.
Have you heard of
sports.
Walnut, Iowa?
No, I haven't. So why don't you tell me about that?
Yeah, Walnut, Iowa. It's just outside of Des Moines, Iowa. It's pretty much the antique capital, if you will, of the Midwest. And
so it's called what's again?
It's called Walnut, Iowa.
Walnut, Iowa.
Right.
When you say it's the capital, do they have like they have like 100 shops or 200 shops?
Hundreds and hundreds. It's nothing but a nice, quaint downtown.
Is there
top to bottom with antiques?
Is there particular streets that you're familiar with that you can name a particular street where they're all clustered at?
Not really. It's just a particular exit right off the freeway, and if you didn't know,
do you know the name of that exit?
No, I do not, but it'll just say, Walnut, Iowa, antique capital.
I guess there's probably only one exit for Walnut.
Off of Highway 80. Yes.
Off of Highway 80.
In between Omaha and Des Moines.
Ah, well that's fantastic. So that's been one of the great places that you found. Is there anywhere in Southern California, let's say the All-American Collector Show, do you ever go there?
Yes.
Any success buying, selling there?
It's dwindled every year, probably since about the early 90s. It was very successful. I'd sell an average of 200-300 books. Now might be like sell 20.
But are you going to be going to the next one they're going to have?
We did the last one in August.
You did the last one?
But we probably will not go back this time around. This is our choice this time.
This is we're here at the Rose Bowl.
Yeah, at the Rose Bowl, and we'll probably won't pop up for another few years.
So this is a rare occasion for you to pop up.
That's right.
Well.
Yeah, 1996 was the last time I was here.
1996. What was the last time you did any show?
Last August was All-American Collector.
So you did the All-American Collector
before that, yeah.
And it was a few years before that.
Yeah.
So in the course of a decade, you might only do 3 or 4 times in a decade.
At the most.
At the most.
Yeah.
Well, that's a very interesting thing.